babies. Okay, my solid earth creatives, so good you could come. Really appreciate you being here. Earth, you are so important because you are at the foundation of it all. Without earth, without place, how do we create? This is our palette. So with an earth element, we talk about the four corners of the earth, yeah? We talk about the four corners of the earth and how important that is. Because 4 is the number of foundation, of structure, of knowing where you're going, something that's very clear, something that's very concrete, something that's very grounded, right? It's all in our language. We say it all the time. So that's one of your gifts. Your gift is to show up to projects and to give it form and to give it foundation and to give it a direction. And we even talk about how people that have earth element, creatives such as you, that have the earth element, you're going to be very tactile, you're going to be very sensual, the 5 physical senses. So you have the 4 corners of the earth, the 4 directions, and the 5 physical senses. And that's why direction is so important to you. Like, where are you headed? Where is all of this going? You want to know these things before you get to your yes. How do you get to your yes? You get to your yes through sensation. You get to the yes by actually feeling it, which is different than fire. Fire gets there from like a romantic, passionate place. You get there from actual sensory information, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. And all of that is very important for you. It's very tactile, but it also puts you in your body and it helps you navigate the world of your creative choices. Here are the areas that will help you grow in terms of how you navigate with these particular growth opportunities. You are very solid, you're very practical, and you love having a very strong container or form in order for you to move forward. And if I want to give someone a project that they're going to be able to see all the way through to the end, I want to make sure they have a very strong earth element. So I'm glad you're here. So one of the elements of that is getting stuck, is digging your heels in, making sure that that you go slow and that you don't make any mistakes, and there's a little bit of cautiousness because you want to get it right, And so that can be one of the challenge areas because you want to be able to navigate changes and to go with the flow to some degree without giving up your structure. And so what happens sometimes is you'll dig your heels in a little hard, and some people will think that like you're stubborn or that you keep things contained, which is one of your gifts, right? So you want to just be mindful of how can I keep forward motion and still honor my earth element. And the second thing is we talked about how sensual you are, and that's how you navigate the world through your 5 physical senses. And the 5 physical senses is what gives you the strong yes if you're going to work on a project. And at the same time, and this is the growth opportunity, is that the sensuality can also slow you down. You start feeling your feelings. You feel the atmosphere. You feel how wonderful it is to sit in the couch, how wonderful it is to look at the natural beauty in the view from your window. And you can get lost in those sensations. And in that getting lost, you can sometimes kind of slow down. And when you slow down, then you're not progressing on the project for as long as you wanted to, or as long as the people you're working with. So again, you want to stay connected to your senses because that's vital for you. And at the same time, you don't want to go so far that you get lost in the senses. So again, it's working with that balance point. And the third and last thing is, and this is very interesting, is that because you're earth and you cover the entire globe, right? I mean, you're everywhere. Even where water is, underneath water is earth. So you're at the foundation of everything. And because of that, there's a strong tendency to be slow. And slow in terms of you have to have a comparison to have slow, but air moves very rapidly and there's a lot of change, right? But earth is the opposite because it's here forever. mountains stay in one place. So you have a tendency sometimes to be slow, and either there's a judgment, on it coming from you, or there's a judgment coming from other people. And what I wish for you is that you can take in that element of being in your own rhythm, in your own space, in your own place, and you can work with it in a way that's actually healthy for both you, your project, and the people you're working with. So just know that there's going to be people on the outside kind of pushing your natural rhythm, and it's okay. It's okay for people to push you, and it's okay for you to say, hey, we're going a little fast right now for me. I want to slow this down, and to honor both. And when you can navigate that, being encouraged to go a little faster when things are maybe a little too slow, but also honoring yourself to say, hey, I need to take my space for this, but I'm also here for the long haul because I'm an earth and I will get this project done. Tortoise in the hare kind of a thing. So I also want you to keep in mind that this is how you start. This is how you start your creative project. So it doesn't mean that, the fire of passion won't come in later, or the emotional life of water won't come in, or air won't toss things around for you later in your development. But in the beginning of most projects, you're mostly going to lean on earth element. So make sure you give yourself that solid structure, that's foundational structure to play with, work with, and evolve from. I just want to reiterate again that that's your foundation. The foundation can alter and shift throughout your lifetime, and it's definitely not the only element that you're going to be creating with throughout the different phases of any project that you're working on. So keep looking at how you relate to other elements. Keep relating to yourself of what you need in terms as you progress through your projects. But what this has been about is by helping you, hopefully, to own the creative element that you are innately in your heart of hearts, so you can own it, so you can use it to its maximum potential. I hope you enjoyed everything here. Please check out the website. And lastly, subscribe to this YouTube channel. That would be the best. Thanks for coming by, and I'll see you again soon.